All right, let's start things off with a live look at Ocean City on our East Coast Plumbing Skycam. It's really kind of a nice night out there. It's not raining yet, and temperatures are quite mild for this time of year, but we're starting to notice that the winds are increasing ever so slightly, around 13 miles per hour in Wallops, 6 miles per hour in Salisbury. Wind was calm earlier, so the winds are ever so gradually starting to get on the increase ahead of the storm system that we're expecting for tomorrow. What was a mixture of gale warnings and gale watches now is a full-on gale warning for all of our coastal locations, the Chesapeake, the Delaware, and the Atlantic. In effect, 6 p.m. tomorrow, and so that means confidence has increased that windy conditions are going to be in effect through the evening hours tomorrow, which will make those waters choppy. We also have that flood watch still for northern counties of the peninsula. So it's dry right now, just passing clouds throughout the area, but moisture is starting to surge southward ahead of this system that has been producing some dynamic thunderstorms and tornadoes as well towards the south in areas like Tennessee and Kentucky. I'm not expecting that kind of weather, but this just shows the kind of dynamics that is in play with this storm, and it's really going to give some heavy rain. I do want to point out, though, that there is a chance for an isolated severe thunderstorm tomorrow evening, mainly for sporadic damaging wind gusts, perhaps at around 50 miles per hour. That'll be the main threat, and I'll show you when that threat, I think, is maximized. So it's not going to be for tonight, just passing clouds throughout the area, and it won't be until Sunday afternoon, after lunchtime, where we start to see heavy downpours throughout the area. It's going to be sporadic, but the precipitation will become more widespread by around 9 p.m. when the cold front begins to move through. That's when I think we could see an opportunity for an isolated thunderstorm that could produce an isolated wind gust. It's going to be gusty all around, but there could be an isolated, localized, damaging wind gust at around 50 miles per hour times embedded with any of these downpours. So something to keep in mind. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., all the way to about 1 a.m., I think, is the greatest threat for that. Either way, though, the rest of the overnight is going to feature a heavy rain. This is 4:30 a.m. Anytime during Monday morning, I wouldn't be surprised if any of those snowflakes make it into the area. But overall, though, if it came through, it wouldn't be sticking. And then really overall, the precipitation is going to be moving out by Monday afternoon. Now, these wind gusts are going to be pretty high, at around 30 to 40 miles per hour, 7 p.m. to about 10 p.m. That's the cold front. Ahead of that front is where I think we'll see the strongest wind gusts. How about a 50 mile per hour gust in Georgetown? So again, it's around that time where we could see a thunderstorm that could produce a damaging wind gust. Still remaining gusty through the overnight hours. This is 4 a.m. on Monday, but less so than anywhere around the midnight hours. So something to keep in mind with that as well. And the rainfall, anywhere between 1 to 2 to maybe as much as 3 inches. So heavy rain in a short amount of time will lead to some flooding as well, localized ponding flooding and riverside flooding as well. That's another thing we're going to be watching as well. So 47 to 52 for tonight. Very mild, isolated shower, but the rain really comes in by the afternoon tomorrow. Winds increasing as well, around 30 mile per hour gusts. That will be strengthening into the evening as well. Small craft advisories will be transitioning to gale-like conditions during the evening, and then nice and quiet but cool for the rest of the work week. Deja?